I know, sweet.
All set. Good afternoon or early evening, everybody. Welcome to the August 19th, 2025 Board of Elections Board Meeting. I'd like to call the meeting to order. The first item on the agenda is to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ms. Powers, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Now we're moving on to the next item, which is the oath of office for Michelle Brunette.
Yes, please stand. I will be, yes, put your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand.
We go slow, because
Yes, okay, I will. And repeat after me. I, then you will fill in your name, do solemnly swear or affirm
I, Michelle Brunette, do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will be faithful and bear allegiance
that I will be faithful and bear allegiance
to the state of North Carolina
to the state of North Carolina
and the constitutional powers and authorities
and the constitutional powers and authorities
which are or may be established for the government thereof,
which are or may be established for the government thereof,
that I will endeavor to support, maintain, and defend
that I will endeavor to support, maintain, and defend
the Constitution of said state,
the Constitution of said state,
not inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States,
not inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States,
and that I will well and truly execute
and that I will well and truly execute
the duties of the office of member
the duties of the office of member
of the Union County Board of
of
Elections
the Union County Board of Elections
to the best of my knowledge and ability,
to the best of my knowledge and ability,
according to the law,
according to the law,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
So,
Yes, ma'am.
put this in real quick. My calls for my name. Thank you.
You did.
Here we go.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think that's yours.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you and welcome.
Thanks. Good to be here.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move on to the approval of the agenda. Everyone has a copy of the agenda in front of them. Is there any additions or deletions to this agenda? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion, a second. Do we have, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? It's unanimous. Next item on here is the approval of the July 22nd, 2025 minutes. Has everybody had an opportunity to review the minutes from July 22nd, 2025? Okay, is there any changes to those minutes? I believe that on the election for the secretary, I believe, was it Ms. Powers that made that motion?
No, it was for the vice chair.
Oh, the
I
vice
made
chair.
the motion to make Shirley the vice chair,
Okay,
and you seconded.
all right, so you made the motion for Ms. Bosbeck to be the vice chair.
Correct.
Okay, and then a second was by me Anybody have any comments on that change to that? Any other changes to the minutes? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve the minutes as changed?
So moved.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, multiple seconds. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, it's approved, unanimous. Next item is the public comments. Mr. Hinch, do we have any public comments?
I'm not sure if there may be someone in the audience that have some.
Hi, Jen Sanders. I just wanted to say congratulations and welcome. It's nice to see a full board. And with municipalities coming up for elections, I know you guys are going to have a really full schedule. And I just wanted to thank you guys for all that you do in keeping Union County fair elections. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Any other comments, public comments? Hearing none, we'll close the public comment period. Moving on to the next, it's the appointments of the chief judge and party judges. We all received a PDF of those individuals whose names have been provided by both the Union County Republican Party and the Union County Democrat Party. These names were filled in and this, we were advised there might be a couple holes in these that will be filled as we get closer or as we go on to that point of the election. But does anybody have any questions or comments on the chief judge, party judge recommendations as proposed?
Mr. Chairman, I do have two people that I can fill in on the chief judge spots, if that's acceptable at this time.
Okay, that'll be acceptable.
Yes, for precinct 13, Jan Green.
JANGREEN.
With an E at the end. And then for precinct 37B, Travis Udy, it's EUDY.
And Mr. Udy would be for the chief judge.
Correct,
And then on 13, Ms. Green was for the chief judge.
yes. And did I mention precinct 11, Sheila Green?
Sheila, was that SHEILA?
SHEILA, Green with an E on the end. And under the Republican Party judges, the last name was emitted by mistake. It's Joni Mangum. Mangum, it's Mangum. Jones is her middle name.
Which precinct was that?
11.
So we had, where we have the slash of Sheila is just being moved over to chief judge.
Right.
And was there anything else, how about for 36? Was there any?
I don't have anything at this time.
Is there any suggestions for any judges on the Democrat side on precinct 11, 13, 25, or 36? And 43. Well, with those additions of Sheila Green to chief judge on precinct 11, Jan Green for chief judge on precinct 13, the addition of Joni Mangum as the last name for the party judge on 11, and then the chief judge Travis Udy for 37B. Do I have a motion to approve those recommendations?
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Powers. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second, Ms. Burnett. Any other discussion about that? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, that's approved. Unanimous. The easy parts. Staff reports, Deputy Director Hinson.
Well, actually, going back to those chief judges, we're gonna need two separate motions.
Okay.
One to appoint the Democrat Party judges, and then a separate motion to appoint the chief judge and Republican judges.
Okay,
Two separate motions on that.
all
just
right,
Technicality. So.
sure. So what we'll do is we'll go back, we'll take a moment of privilege and void that last vote, if I may, so that we can comply with the statute. So we're gonna need a motion to approve of the Democrat judges that are listed on staff recommendations. So I hear a motion to approve the Democrat recommended judges.
On the motion.
Ms. Burnett has moved, Ms. Williams has seconded. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Unanimous. Then our second motion is going to be for the chief judges and the Republican judges as proposed by the recommendations of staff, with those additions that I spoke about earlier being, go through it again, it was Chief Judge Sheila Green for Precinct 11, Joni Jones, her name is actually Joni Jones Mangum for Precinct 11, Chief Judge Jan Green addition to Precinct 13, and Chief Judge Travis Udy for Precinct 37B. Do I have a motion to approve the Chief Judge and Republican Party judges as recommended by staff with those additions?
So moved.
I have a motion, do I have a second? I have a second. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, it's unanimous. Now we go to the reports.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I'll be giving a couple different reports today. First, we'll start with, there's an annexation in your packet. It's just in there for your information only. There's no streets or voters in that, but there probably will be in the future if it's developed in our neighborhood. So we're just gonna start keeping the board up to date on those type of developments as we get them. The second will be the registration repair program that has been ongoing since the last board meeting we had. Let me find my numbers here for you. So this project is in response to the protests and lawsuits from the 2024 election on the incomplete registrations. And the staff here has been working to resolve as many as we can without having to obtain additional information from the voters, because some of this information we already have on hand. And we started out with 1,697, and as of yesterday, 1,159 remain on the list. So we've reduced our initial number by about 32% based upon reviewing documents that we had on file in different areas that had the information that was required. The reason that some of this happened is there were some numbers that were deleted during some SEAMS updates. There was just miscellaneous clerical errors through the years of incorrect numbers. There was issues with the DMV or Social Security Administration. That was the reason for some of the ones that we were able to solve. So when we went back and reviewed, the staff did and found this information, we were able to take care of those.
Can you repeat one more time the numbers, the original number?
Yes, we started out with 1,697, and as of yesterday, we had 1,159 left.
Okay, so, and these were mostly clerical and just information.
Those ones that we were able to solve, yes, and some of them dated back a while.
Okay.
So we found that information on file that
Okay.
we had. So now the state board will start sending out letters to the rest of them, the ones that are still on our list and on other counties' lists. I think there's about 82,000 of them left in the state. So they'll be getting letters from the state board that's requesting that missing information that we need, the driver's license number, the last four of the social. If they don't provide that, they're going to go into inactive status. And then if they show up to vote, they'll have to vote provisionally and provide that information in order for their vote to count. So that's where we're at with the registration repair projects. The list did start out statewide. It was 103,270. And now there's around 82,000 left. So there was a 20% reduction around the state through the same stuff that we did here.
When that voter shows up and to vote provisionally, are they going to be provided some kind of information how that they can correct it?
Yeah, when they vote provisionally, anytime a voter votes provisionally, these instructions print out and we give them to them. There'll be an updated instruction that prints out and we give to the voter at that time that'll tell them why why they had to vote provisionally and how to correct the situation.
So like when that happens and I know we call it a cure, right?
Mhm.
Do they have to wait until like after election day to do that, or can they do that if they came in during early voting, can they go, oh gosh, I'll just run down to the Board of Elections right now?
Well, if it's early voting, I think it may be a little bit different than, I think they'll still have to vote provisionally, and then they can provide that information to cure that. But they can't just, because the roll's closed, so.
Correct, but
It's
I'm
a-
just saying,
yeah.
they don't have to wait till after election.
No, they can,
did-
they could come in if it's during early voting and provide it.
When I was working at a precinct level, we could cure an inactive voter right there as they came in to get their the first step, to
Right.
get their voter, I think it was I can't remember what you call it, the first thing we print out that they have to sign. So can they not do that anymore?
Not in this case. This is a specific group of voters that have to provide this information. So
Okay.
it's not a change for like every inactive voter. It's just these ones that are
Okay.
affected
Okay,
by this situation.
okay,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you.
All right. Any questions on that project? And then I'm going to go over the financial reports with you. Juanita is not here with us. Those are in the back. We just started our new our budget year. I think more importantly is the fact that we were within budget last year. So everything was good there. And you can see, like I say, we just started out, so there's not too many expenditures that have come out of the budget so far. And is there any questions on those?
Did the budget change from last year?
The budget, the bottom line number always changes, usually based off of how many elections that we have, so it is different than last year's. It does. It fluctuates. We're kind of one of those departments that's weird. Ours may be higher, maybe lower, again, based on the number of elections and contingencies for second primaries and stuff, so. And I believe, unless you have any other questions, I think that's all I have to report for you today. And we can move to Ms. Donna Meadows.
Yes, I will be reporting for the month of July. In your packet, you have the NVRA report.
This is back.
It's behind the left, I believe.
I just saw it.
behind that left. Okay, active voters, well, total voted registrations, we had 177,509. 157,004 were active, 20,505 were inactive. In the reporting period, registrations approved 949. Total registrations removed were 463. 83 of those registrations were inactive. New registrations, we processed 868. Duplicates, we processed 707. Changes, we processed 598. We're gonna go to the verification section. 1,437 first and second verification mailings were sent. We did mail out the NCOA, National Change of Address, mailing on July 1st, which was 1,049. 104 first verifications were returned undeliverable. 41 verifications were returned by the voter. Confirmation section, 8 confirmations were returned by the voter. 98 confirmations were sent. 23 confirmations were returned undeliverable, and 23 were not returned at all. Next part of the report, stats by party, by race, by ethnicity, and by gender. Some of those were the race, ethnicity, and gender has no undesignated, which means the voter did not check, that field on the application. Any questions on that report?
Is that normal to send out all those verification requests and get such a small response?
Yes, it is. Well, it's not normal, but a lot of times we just don't get the things back until it's election. And then we process them, of course. But a lot of times that's why the person goes inactive, because they did not respond to what we mailed to them.
Is this routine? I'm sorry, I
Go
interrupted.
ahead.
Is this routine to send out all these verifications and confirmations?
Yes, it is, because we process, and so we have to send the information out, the cards to them.
Mm,
And so then we have to, when we get them back, then we process them back in. So for new voters, we send out a card, of course, the yellow card. And for changes, as far as the name, address, party, we send out the yellow. The green, we send out a card asking for confirmation of their address. And that's where, we don't get a lot of it back because they go inactive.
So, okay, and I just obviously don't have the institutional knowledge.
Yes.
So my son, when he got his driver's license at 16 or whatever it was, he registered to vote then. Obviously, he can't vote at 16. But then a card comes in the mail that he's then got to return that card?
If everything is correct, and that says it on the back, if everything's correct, they keep that card for their records.
Okay.
But if something is incorrect or they would like to change something, then they can send it back to us. And we'll process it. Now we send out the white little cards. You all may not move, but for the voters that move within the county or move out of state, they submit a change of address with the post office. So the post office has a file for each county, and there's a file sitting there. And then in January and July, we do the list maintenance as far as the national change of address. And then they can send that card back stating they've moved, or if they have a deceased relative, or if they moved out of state or within the state, what have you. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And next is the statistical, and that's just for your information. Well, we have the party changes, that report. On the left is the original party, and then over to the right where it says new party, that's what they changed to. Example, 14 Democrats changed to Republican, 50 Democrats changed to unaffiliated, which was a total of 64 party changes, sorry. And then the green changed to one, unaffiliated, so that's the one. Libertarian, one libertarian changed to Republican, one libertarian changed to unaffiliated. That's where the 2 comes in the column at the end. So forth and so on. And that's the party change, yes, ma'am.
And now what dates does this cover? This may,
At the top, it says 2025, July 1 through July 31. Up at the top in the small, under where it says party change up top.
mm-hmm, okay.
See the change dates there? This is for the month of July.
I'm only seeing July up there, but that's okay, that's enough.
No, underneath, party change, cross tab report,
Mhm.
change date.
Oh, there it is.
Yes, ma'am,
It's
it's
written.
small.
Yes,
It's
I got
very
you.
small, yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Then the next report is the statistical by precinct. And this is for your information, and you see that we're growing and growing. Since the last meeting, we've had 405 new registrations. So we are growing quickly. Okay, change of address, national change of address, and it shows, anyway, we had 156 change of address that came back to us to process from the 1,049. 8 were unclaimed without forwarding an address. 22 were voters that moved to another county within the state. 61 moved from the state. 64 moved within the county. And 1 was a near relative, reported that their relative deceased. That's all I have. Any questions?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great. Now moving on to voter outreach. Ms. Furtado.
Yes, we did have Schedule 3, but 2 of them, the National Night Out in Indian Trail got canceled because of the rain. National Night Out in Marshall got canceled too because of the rain. And then the next one is gonna be the Street Fair in Wingate University. So Philip and Ian will head over there to help us out with that this next week.
Is that when all the kids are coming back?
It is. It's-
So is it like orientation for them or?
I think I think it's a little, fair, I guess, for them to, hey, here's some stuff you might be interested in. So we're gonna go out there and have a presence, and if any of those people need to register to vote or update their registration, we'll be there for that and to give them information on elections and if they wanna work an election. we'll be
Which
there
would be
for that
great.
Too, yes.
And I know that there was I'm doing a poll observing to the rotational, and when I would go to the Wingate poll, a lot of the students were having to vote provisionally.
Yeah, those precincts get hit pretty hard for that, especially in general elections. The students, a lot of them are from different areas and they'll want to vote, so they'll show up, but they're ultimately registered back home. So this is kind of a, hey, you're living here, if you're living on campus, this is where you are. If you want to vote here, you need to change your registration. So that's what we'll be there for, to give them that information and just have a presence there.
Fantastic. I know we've had such tremendous amount of rain. I'm sure all that set up in time that up in the air, but thank you for all that. Appreciate it. All right, well, that's all the items on the the agenda, now onto the general discussion. Is there anything put to the order?
The only thing I forgot to mention in my report was the state did approve our temporary transfer of voters from those precincts that did not have that many voters for this upcoming municipal election. So that the state has approved that. And we've been busy getting ready for the election. We've recently taken possession of some new equipment, some new poll books. So myself and Paula, and we've been working on getting those rolled out and just getting ready for this election that's coming up.
When does the primary start for that?
The for next year,
I'm sorry, for the, for the upcoming November. When does the early voting start? October 16th.
Yeah. So it'll be here before we know it. So, yeah.
Sadly, it will.
I have two questions.
Yes, ma'am.
When will we hear something about whether or not the Sunday voting, early voting is approved?
That'll probably be taken up on their next board meeting, or when they do the other counties who have November elections as well. The last state board meeting, they were focusing on September, October early voting plans.
Okay, so,
Yeah, so the next possibly next.
I have one more question, and this was something I was curious about the last time. Why, is there a possibility that the low turnout at the municipal sites that were transferred, I understand that's done, but is there a possibility that the low turnout at those sites has to do something with those were early voting sites, correct?
No, these are election day precincts that may have just a small number of voters within that precinct that are inside a municipality. So
Okay.
that's why we transfer them, because some of these only have, some of these have less than 100. So
Okay.
it's, and then when you take the percentage of people that you think are going to show up,
Okay.
it doesn't make a lot of reason to open up that precinct with just.
I noticed that the numbers who were actually turning out were very low before the transfers. And I wanted to be reassured that those numbers weren't low because it was hard for them to get there.
No, unfortunately, the numbers in general for the municipal are low.
Okay.
That's just across the board, you know.
I live in the county. I would love to be able to vote in municipal elections.
So, and these voters, they'll be notified. They all get a mailing that says that they've been temporarily transferred. We publicize it. We put it in a paper. We do it on social media.
Okay,
We post it places. So we also will have signs there that say, you know, where to go if
okay.
they show up there by mistake. So, yeah, we want all those people to show up and vote. So we're not going to forget about them. We
Okay,
do everything we can.
I was curious about that.
You know, Ms. Burnett brought up a good point. Going back to the minutes show as being passed like unanimous 4-0, 3-1, but we only had 3 board members, isn't that right? Leslie?
We have 4.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. We were missing our 5th.
I was the missing.
okay, all right, then. I guess I need to go back to school and count who's sitting at the table here. Thank you. All right, anything else for the general discussion? All right, hearing none, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Oh, motion we adjourn. I mean, what, is it move or motion?
You can move or you can motion.
Okay, I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Second, anyone?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, we are adjourned.
All righty. We get to take these time.